All right, let's briefly talk about cables, or in particular my favorite cable, which is made by a company called Rolling Square. Their cable line is called the InCharge, and this is the latest model. It's called the Life. I'm going to put this aside and talk about it in a minute. So we'll just use this one as an example. So this is a 6-foot long coiled cable, and it's USB-C to USB-C, as are all the cables that I'm going to be talking about today. Now they come with the little protective nibs on them. You can take those off and toss them if you wish, or just keep them if you want, which is what I do. Now, what makes this cable so great? First of all, it's 240 watts, which is fast. So if you want to charge things as quickly as possible, these are great for doing so. They're also 10 gigabytes per second for data transfer, which is also very fast. And the reason that they're called Life is they're guaranteed for life. And the way that that guarantee works is unlike any other cable company I know. So if this cable stops working, or any of the cables in the Life series stops working, what you do is you make a video of yourself cutting this in half with a pair of scissors. And then you send the video to InCharge, and they mail you a replacement cable for free. And that's for as long as you live. Which is pretty great. You can't get a better guarantee than that. However, I have been using Rolling Square cables for a long time now, 10 plus years I would guess, and I've never had one break. So it's not really much for them to guarantee it, because they know that they make great quality products. So these are aluminum at the ends. They have reinforced ends here so that they don't become frayed, which is where the cables usually become damaged. There is an indicator light on it, so when you plug it in, it lights up to tell you right away that the connection is working, which is wonderful. And again, as I said, this is a 6-foot coiled cable, so pretty long, but goes pretty compact. Now there's a bunch in this line, so we'll put that one aside and we'll talk about some of the other ones. I bought basically one of each. So, and then they include this case if you do that. So, and then this is the cable that I use most. So this is a split cable. So this plugs into my charger, and then it splits the signal, and then I can charge 2 devices at one time. So I use it for instance, charging my phone and my laptop at the same time. Now this is the only cable in the series that is not 240 watts, it's 100 watts, and it has no data transfer. So presumably if they could have made it 240 and they could have made it have data, they would have, but this is just for ease of charging 2 things at once. I use it once a night. It's great. I just leave everything plugged in there overnight and I'm done. Each of the cables comes with one of these little fasteners, you know, like you'd find on bread or something like that, but instead of being Velcro and noisy, they're rubber and or silicone and silent. Pretty great. So this one's 5 feet, this one's 4 feet, this one's 8 feet, this one is 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet, and then I also have a 1-foot one, but I don't have it with me, so it's back at the house. And then they also have this one here, which is tiny, and it fits on a keychain. Okay, so your keys could go in there, for instance, and then you pull, and then you basically have a short, I think it's 30 centimeters, cable that you can just put your phone next to your laptop on your desk or whatever it happens to be, and it's, you know, you always have it in hand because it's on your keys, so which is pretty great. And then they also include these little guys here. I think I got 3 of them, and they're slightly different. So this one has 3 sections on it. This one has 2, and there's one back at the house that has 1 on it. And of course, it has a little 3M sticky on the bottom. So you'd stick this on your desk or whatever it happens to be, and then you can, you know, braid your cable through there, so it never falls off your desk into the void behind your bed or whatever it happens to be. So pretty neat. Again, these are included when you get the whole kit. And then, believe it or not, there's something else here. So if for some reason these lengths are not sufficient for you, you can extend them with this here. So this is a little cable extender. So you plug this into one end, and plug this into the other end. And now, instead of having an 8-foot and a 6-foot, I've got a 14-foot cable. So pretty excellent. And you can, of course, use more than one of these. So if you wanted to string 3-4 cables together, you could do so. So, and then the other little pouch that comes with it is here. Put all your cables in there, zip it up. It has an inner and outer for your most used cables, could be on the outside. Maybe something in here. Oh, and it comes with a strap if you wanted to carry it like a sling blade or something, or a sling bag. So that's it. That's the InCharge Life series of cables. I think they might be available in black, or maybe the black was limited edition and you can't get it anymore. I prefer a brightly colored cable. I don't like buying black stuff because I lose it often, and this is great to spot inside of a bag, for instance. The website, the company is called Rolling Square. This was a Kickstarter. I'm not sure if they're selling them off their site yet, but they presumably will be very soon. I don't have pricing information because I bought it as a Kickstarter and I bought the full set. So I think I paid, I don't remember, 70 euros, something like that for the whole set, which might seem a lot to some of you, but you know, a good cable like this normally would, in Canada, would cost probably $30. And again, this is guaranteed for life. So these are presumably the last cables that you will ever have to buy. I have zero complaints. They have worked perfectly since I received them, as have all the Rolling Square products that I've ever purchased. And they don't make just cables. They have chargers and other things. They also have a series of cables that will charge pretty much anything. They have USB Mini, they have USB-C, and they have Apple Lightning, all in one end. So pretty fantastic company. I encourage you to check them out. That's it. Hope this was useful. If you have questions, just leave them in the comments. But I mean, they're cables. They're very, very strong. In the video promotion for this, they show people climbing trees using these as sort of ropes, like as if they were rock climbing. That's how strong these are. They're not going to break on you. They're not going to fray because of this here. High quality materials, good company, recommended.